Okay, so hello guys, I hope you can see me well. I've had so many problems to record videos because they all were looking really blurry and I couldn't, give you high video quality, but now I think it's perfect. So now let's begin. Well, my name is Diego. Currently I am 15 years old, and well, I will be teaching you English. Well, I don't like the word teach. It's better to say that I will be giving you some tips to step up your English skills. So yeah, who am I? I am a Latin person. I am a Latin guy. I'm from Peru, and I love learning languages. And well, there are so many YouTube channels that have helped me, to learn English. And I know that I don't sound perfect, but I can express my ideas and you can understand what I'm talking about. So that's the main goal for me. That was the main goal for me. Now that I can do that, I will be making the same in order to contribute to this amazing language learners community. And I want to do this, and I will be giving you some tips in Spanish. So yes. And well, let's start with a topic that so many people suffer with. What topic am I talking about? Pronunciation. Yes, it's an important topic that I love to talk about. And well, let's begin with the vowel sounds. Let me tell you something really quickly, and I want to tell you that you guys are really lucky. Why? Because in English you have like more than 10 vowel sounds, and in Spanish you only have 5, and those 5 vowel sounds are pretty similar, and they are gonna be pretty easy for you. So it's going to be really easy, and I hope you learn, and I hope you take something away from this. First, we have the vowel sound A. That's in English. In Spanish, this sound is the letter A. Try saying, for example, ma, 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 ma. You see? So something about Spanish is that we don't open our mouth too much. Like when you say, for example, a word like car, you're opening your mouth. I know that I overact a little bit, but you know what I'm talking about. So this sound, if you wanna have a guide, you could compare it to the sound of I don't know. I know that I don't say it perfect, but it's like the sound that you can find in words like stuff. You see, stuff, stuff, So that sound is the sound that it's pretty similar. It's not the same, so you might use it as a guide, but it's not the same. So now let's practice in some words. First, a famous word, the word casa, which means house. Casa, casa, casa. Cama, bed, cama, ma, cama. And well, that is it for that letter. And we will continue, and you will be understanding more about this. Now let's begin with another letter, the vowel sound A. This sound is going to be really easy for you because you have a very similar vowel sound in English, which is the sound that you can find in words like bed, set, pen. It's like A. Repeat after me. A. Me. This should be easy for you because it's pretty similar. You must be, used to this sound. So it's A. You can find it in words like ser, vete. And I'm gonna give you a quick tip. Here the word vete, it's written with the letter V, and you might say it vete, vete, you know, like V. But let me tell you something, guys. The letter V doesn't exist in English, in Spanish. I mean, of course, you're gonna see that letter like in writings and readings, but the sound V doesn't exist in Spanish. So here we say vete, like be, vete, vete. Here, vete, 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 vete. And of course, the second one sounds more natural. Now let's gather the two sounds that we've learned so far. A and E. I know these two sounds are pretty difficult for you to find the difference, but you're gonna hear the difference in these words. Mesa, table. Mesa, mesa. E and A. Mesa, mesa. Now I'm gonna give you another tip. In English, there's a vowel sound that you know is this sound, and this sound is pronounced like ah. I know that I don't do it perfect, I know that, but you know, it's you can get my idea. Like it's the sound that you find in words like cat and bat. You know, like ah, do that sound. Cat, cat. You see, you can do that. So that sound in Spanish doesn't exist. It's like that sound for us, we say like it's a combination of the letter A and the letter E. So if you want to sound more like a native, you must delay that sound of your brain as well. Like A doesn't exist. For example, if you see this word, how would you pronounce this word? Right, it's mal. Mal, because we are using the letter A. The sound A. Not mal. Mal, that's English accent. But here we only say mal. Okay, now let's do it in a sentence, okay? La casa de Cassandra está encantada. Just don't worry, I will slow down. La casa de Cassandra está encantada. And this is fascinating of Spanish, is that the most of words, when you see them and you know the vowel sounds and also the consonant sounds, you will be able to know how that word is pronounced without have heard it before, you know? Like for example this word la, the letter L and the letter A. You see, now you know the letter A and the letter E. So la casa de Cassandra a está E and A. Está encantada. E a encantada. And don't worry if you can't, you know, like read and say, like I don't know. It's like to be able to learn in Spanish, you also gotta learn the vowels, the consonant sounds. And don't worry, because I will be teaching about that pretty soon in other videos. So la casa de Cassandra está encantada means Cassandra's house is haunted. Cassandra is a name, so Now the sound E. And this sound is easy as well because it's pretty similar to the sound that you can find in words like steal, please, seen. E. You see? Now let's practice it. Me. A, E, E. Yes, you're doing it great. Now let's see some words that contains the vowel sounds that we've learned so far. Risa. Risa means laughter, and I'm gonna give you another pronunciation tip. In English, the letter R is like you put this part of your tongue, like like you do this with your tongue, like R, car. But in Spanish, it doesn't exist. It's more like this part touches the top of your mouth, like in English it doesn't happen. R. In Spanish it does happen. Risa, e and a, risa. This might be challenging for you, but I know that you will do it amazingly well. Si dejas la ventana abierta, alguien entrará. Si dejas and a la ventana, a, remember, not v, ventana abierta, abierta, alguien entrará. So something that you gotta have in mind is that in English, this is the letter E and this is the letter I. But in Spanish, do not confuse, because in Spanish, this is the letter E and this is the letter E. So imagine you're in the US and someone tells you, write down the letter E. You're gonna write this letter, and it's gonna be okay because you are in the US. But imagine you're, in Mexico, and someone tells you, write down the letter E. And if you write this, it's gonna be incorrect. So, E and E. E and E. So now, I'm gonna give you another tip. And, there's another sound that in Spanish doesn't exist at all. And this sound is E. It's like the sound that you can find in words like it, list, split, sit. For example, say the word it. Now delay the letter T. You know, I know that I don't do it perfect, but you can do that very well. I know that because you're a native English speaker. But bad news, that sound that I know that you use a lot doesn't exist in Spanish. So, for example, let's imagine this name, okay? This name, and imagine you are in the US. How would you pronounce this name? You might pronounce it like Kim, right? Kim. Now, pronounce this name, but in Spanish. It's not Kim, it's Kim. Why is that name pronounced Kim and not Kim? First, because that E sound doesn't exist in Spanish. We only have either E or E. And in this case, we see the letter E, so it's Kim. In English, Kim. In Spanish, Kim. You know, in that, those tiny differences will make you sound more like a native. I promise. And that's a common mistake here, and that's a common mistake that I've heard a lot. That so many Spanish learners try to do that sound. You know, sometimes they make that sound. Why? Because they are used to it, but that sound doesn't exist in English, so that doesn't help them to sound more like a Spanish speaker. So E and E. Now, next one, the vowel sound O, mo, O. There is a sound that is similar, but it's not the same. For example, the sound of the word more. It's so funny when I say it because I know that it's not perfect. So, more. Now, do not use the letter M and the letter R. So you only have O. Like, you do it at home too, please. O. And that sound is similar but not the same, but you can use it as a guide. So, and it's a combination of the word of that sound and the sound like the sound that you can find in words like push, you know, oh, push, 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 look, oh, and all get together, and from them we get the sound oh. Well, I'm gonna give you a quick tip as again. I know that this is a very, very common mistake in English, in Spanish. I've heard so many English speakers say, for example, this word, solo. This word means alone or only. It depends on the context, but don't worry. You don't have to know that by the moment. We only are talking about pronunciation. So, why is this so important? Because I've heard so many English speakers that when they say words that finish in the letter O, they usually pronounce it like O. Like, for example, solo, solo, solo. Why? Because I don't know, they are used to that. There are so many words in English that are like that, so they associate that in Spanish. But it doesn't happen because this word finishes in O, so it's solo, not solo. You cannot add another sound. Solo, and that is it. Now let's learn the last but not the least vowel sound. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Like moo, 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 moo. I know that it's easy for you because there's another very similar sound that you have in English. For example, the sound blue, 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 ooh, or spoon, spoon. You see that ooh? They're almost the same, so it might work as a good guide. Ooh. Now let's practice with a word that has the 5 vowel sounds, the 5. So prepare because it's going to be challenging. 1, 2, and 3. Murciélago, murciélago. U, I, E, A, O. U, I, E, A, O. Murciélago, murciélago. Bat, bat. Murciélago is bat. So I'm gonna give you like a challenge. If you want to, you know, to do it. If you don't want, you don't have to. You gotta say the word. El murciélago sale de noche. The 5 vowel sounds. El murciélago sale de noche. And if you want, you can send me an audio by Instagram saying that sentence. El murciélago sale de noche. And I will give you some feedback, and I can give you some tips to pronounce better. So that sentence contains the 5 vowel sounds. El murciélago sale de noche. Or if you only want to say one word, murciélago, murciélago. So in that word, you're practicing all of the 5 vowel sounds. So that might help you, you know, to practice. Something amazing about this topic is that it allows you to know how to pronounce a word only if you see it written. For example, in English it doesn't happen. You know, if you see a word and you haven't, if you see a word that you have never heard before, you might not know how to pronounce it. But in Spanish, it doesn't happen. Don't worry if you don't know the consonant sounds, because it's, you know, don't worry. I will be making a video about that as well, so that once you do that, you are gonna be able to master all the words. Like, you're gonna be able to know how to pronounce a word once you see it. And yes, that is it. So you guys, I hope you've liked this video. I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope you've learned, and I hope you can pronounce better. If you have any question, comment down below or text me on my Instagram, and I will answer as soon as I can. And I hope you've learned so far. I've learned. Subscribe if you want to learn more English, and that is it. Thanks so much for watching this. See ya.